I told y'all this was never about returning it to the states. This was always about pursuing a national ban and pursuing restrictions on contraception. Well, guess what? Here the fuck we are. Indiana has HB 1169, a bill that dangerously redefines what birth control is and dictates how public health agencies can discuss contraception and family planning. This bill passed out of committee just this morning. We also have HR 722, a bill that was introduced in Congress last month that adds the unborn to the list of things needing protection under the 14th Amendment. And even if you're not in Indiana, you need to be paying attention to stuff like HB 1169 because it becomes a blueprint for other states to pass this kind of insane legislation.
We have some big news right now. Donald Trump's administration has officially shut down reproductiverights.gov, which is a government-funded website that provided information and resources to women seeking reproductive care. Reproductiverights.gov is a website that provides more than just abortion-related information. It provides information for medication, for reproductive access, and so much more.
The reproductive rights government website is now taken down. This was a website that was launched in 2022 as part of a public awareness campaign about reproductive health. Especially in a ever-changing landscape, it is important for citizens of individual states to know what their state laws are, where they can access care, and their rights.
So Trump just took down the reproductiverights.gov website. So remember when I said they were coming after reproductive health care nationwide and there was going to be a ban? Well, this is it, people. This is the start of it. They've taken down a website that provides information to women all across this country to let them know where the resources are. I don't want to hear it when Republican MAGA women are in an emergency room begging for their daughter's life because they decided that they're going to just let them bleed out for a miscarriage. Or you've been attacked and they're going to force you to have that baby. Or you have severe diabetes and having that baby will actually, put you in the grave. This is what you voted for.
The past couple weeks, I've been trying to tell you guys about House Resolution 7. The videos will not post. I also want to tell you about House Resolution 629, which was just introduced, and it would federally ban the chemical abortion, the abortion pill, which is mifepristone and misoprostol, not only used in abortions, but is also used in managing miscarriages.
South Carolina just passed a bill, Bill 3537, stating that if a woman gets pregnant and she miscarries, and they think it's her fault that she miscarried. She worked too hard. She went horseback riding. She rode a bicycle. She went on vacation, got on an airplane. And after doing this activity, she loses the baby. She's going to be charged with murder, which is punishable by life in prison or the death penalty.
South Carolina just refiled their Prenatal Equal Protection Act, which is Bill 3537, if you want to look it up. The bill would allow for women who receive an abortion to get the death penalty, or a minimum of 30 years in prison. It also allows for women to receive the death penalty if they participate in any activity that causes a miscarriage, such as having a strenuous job, or exercising, or flying on a plane, or riding horseback. If it causes an abortion and they deem it her fault, she can go to prison for 30 years or receive the death penalty.
So Donald Trump just took down a women's reproductive rights website from the government. This is what you get when you search reproductiverights.gov, which is an official government website. And as you can see, the server cannot be found because the website has been scrubbed. So this was an official website under the Department of U.S. Health and Human Services that provided women with information about reproductive health care on things including, quote, emergency medical care, birth control coverage, medication access, abortion services, preventative health services, health insurance options, and honestly just a resource for women about health care for them. But the website has now been removed, which means the women of America just lost a vital source of information about their own healthcare decisions. And he's already coming after women's freedoms and rights, unfortunately, as we warned he would.
The United States House of Representatives it's already passed the House. It's called the SAVE Act, and it requires you to vote in person and provide an ID that matches your birth certificate, and you have to bring both to vote, or a passport. But the majority of people in this country do not have a passport. So if you have gotten married and your ID does not match your birth certificate, you will not be able to vote. It's very important that you get a passport now if you can.
If you are a married woman and you share the same last name as your husband, what it says in the act is that your license must reflect the name that is on your birth certificate. So now all households would only have one right to vote, one vote.
Republicans are pushing for covenant marriages all across the country. States like Louisiana and Arkansas, who already have these on the books, and states like Texas and Georgia and Mississippi and Oklahoma are pushing legislation now. They dangle tax credits in front of poor couples so that they will enter into these contracts, where if you need to leave a marriage, you have to agree to a year's worth of counseling that you need to pay for. And if your husband is abusive, you need to have a year's worth of proof. So he needs to be leaving bruises all over your body, or you need to have videotape.
Hashtag Me Too would end real fast. How do you false accusing? Playing the victim when you're actually not? Like, you know how to end that real fast? All you have to do is publicly execute a few women who have lied.
They want us ignorant, religious, and knocked up, and they're not hiding it. Yesterday this was published. It is from the Heritage Foundation. Yes, the same one behind Project 2025. We can't effectively pay people to have more children. Some may despair that there's nothing public policy can do to alter fertility rates. In a society where birth control is widely available, red flag, and children are not needed to work on the farm, some have resigned themselves to the idea that perhaps people just don't want to have enough children to sustain populations. But you're probably wondering, it's not affordability. Why are they saying people aren't having kids? Well, it's overconsumption of schooling, of course. No, literally, that's the phrase they use. That due to government subsidies helping women especially get higher education, that overconsumption of schooling is leading to lower fertility rates. And what else? Oh, religion. Because education policy also suppresses fertility by discouraging parents from choosing religious education in K-12 schools, because religious kids grow up to be religious adults who apparently push out kids like a Pez dispenser. And they're saying it crystal clear here. They want to make sure women are educated. They want to enforce and impose their religious doctrine on us. They want to limit our access to contraception. And of course, they want to make sure there's a national AV ban.
It all started with this video from North Carolina TikTok user Lindsay Talley, who says her friend has a genetic condition creating life-threatening abnormalities, and wrote to her Republican state senator concerned about the state's abortion laws and her ability to expand her family. And in response, the official email back telling her to leave the country.
Thank you so much for the email. I'm not quite certain how we are preventing you from expanding your family. I suggest you move to China immediately and see how that works out. If for some reason that fails, Russia is nice in the winter and Venezuela in the summer.
We made multiple attempts to reach the senator, who represents Robeson, Hoke, and Scotland counties.
He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them. Because they're his children, they live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's going to have to let them know.
Basically, they're all a bunch of dumb fucks. When I said I would lower taxes, they thought I meant theirs. And when I said I would be cutting programs, they thought I meant someone else's. They are easily fooled because they're dumb as rocks.
Now you're finding out, you dumb fucking idiots. Now you're just figuring this shit out. You're so fucking stupid and you deserve it.
Out of the issue of reproductive rights. Governor Walz, after Roe versus Wade was overturned, you signed a bill into law that made Minnesota one of the least restrictive states in the nation when it comes to abortion.
You don't want to vote for Jill, vote for Donald Trump. But do not give a vote to Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is looking real good now, huh? I said Kamala Harris is looking real good now, huh?
Y'all wanted to play the fuck around game so goddamn badly. Well, you are fixing to find out very bigly.
Now, here are some resources that are available to you. There are HeyJane.com, Plan C. This is Mayday Health, and they will help you find information on birth control, morning after pills, gender-affirming care, and abortion. I would also encourage you to look up your local abortion funds.